I am infinite elevation. Consciously keeping high vibrational love frequencies alive on the planet abundantly. Because we real G's know elevation is the way to grow exponentially, abundantly. Can you feel me? Now let's get into this. I like to read, sometimes when I have quotes, I like to read them out before I start my message. So I'm going to read one for you right now. To truly live, to truly love living, we must live loving. Righteous judgments unto thyself, as it is Christ consciousness, the absolute embodiment of our Father, Mother, God. Now today, let's talk about why living righteous judgments in love and balance is the absolute embodiment of Christ consciousness. Yes, and I have brought the camera closer to me because some people say they don't see my face, so I have brought the camera closer to me. Now, to truly have the absolute embodiment of Christ consciousness, you got to live righteously unto yourself, and you got to always be listening to yourself. The key component to this is listening to yourself, listening to your intuition. I can't stress enough how I talk about listening to your intuition every day. It's very vital to navigate 3D timeline with a 5D state of consciousness, and to have this aspect of the self be the foundation of righteous judgments, and living Christ consciousness unto thyself. You see, I can only talk from my experience, because every time I had a wavering mind and heart, I had to always choose from one space and allow that one space to play out in my life. And most of the time, when I choose from my mind, which was taken from the outer world and projecting into my life, I would end up with problems, and because I didn't choose what my heart was saying now, and now that I have a full embodiment of Christ consciousness, and living solely intuitively unto thyself, every time a decision has to pop up in my life, I listen to myself rather than to just going blindly, and it is for this I have a lot of love for myself and a living balance within myself, because I can take from two spaces and create a beautiful lifestyle for me. And when you are in tune with your consciousness, you truly love living, because you live loving unto yourself, and nobody can get between you and the creator within you while navigating your reality in righteous judgments. Every day is a test, living in this 3D reality. Every day is a test for us to stay focused on the reality within, and don't feel I don't get challenges I do. I get temptations, but I can see them for what it is and why it is. Those things will pop up in my reality to test me, because the universe is a very, 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 very smart universe. It doesn't just goes by your words alone. It goes by your feeling. And if you're having a wavering feeling inside, the universe will test you to see what you will do with yourself now. You know, if you will live in that present moment righteous unto yourself, or if you will go against yourself now. And you now, as um, the embodiment in our avatar now, have to choose consciously or unconsciously the judgment or the consequences of your actions. Now, for me, I get beat up enough with that. So I slow down every time when I have to make a decision, especially if it's something that is unexpected. I slow down. I slow right down to listen to myself while what is being projected at me or what is being thrown at me, and to have righteous judgment, you gotta be quick on the draw, because and quick on the draw meaning not quick to do something that is not pleasing unto yourself, but quick to pull back and listen to yourself and understand deeply why it is your emotional body is sending out warnings, So what I do in any present moment, I get calm and I start listening to my senses. And what I mean by listening to my senses, I start to listen to my body, I start to listen to my heart. First I start to listen to my heart first, then I listen to my body. And once the two of them connect and they transmute the energy to my mind, I listen to my mind, and once I have all three of them functioning, I take from what is my heart and I give it to my mind to now speak or bring a decision that is righteous onto me from my heart. And take that and use it to protect my energy now. So, because if you don't have righteous judgment with yourself, you know what will happen, right? You will just go with what anybody tells you to do, to say, to be, You have somebody try to control you if you don't have righteous judgment for yourself. And if you don't take the time to slow down, to listen to yourself, of what is being projected at you negatively or positively, you can end up in problems, So the first thing with living in righteous judgment is to listen to yourself. Slow down and listen to yourself, because I will tell you something. When you're listening to yourself, what happens is it shows you the possible outcomes that of what you're feeling within yourself. if it's not something good for you now, you know. And the beauty about this, as we are aware and awake, is that we can discern all of this. So it's like you're living this perfect life with you now. You know, I know everything is, nothing is perfect, but you create this perfection for you, to protect your energy, to know for yourself that you're not accepting this, you're not dealing with that, and you're not engaging with it because of how how you set up your boundaries for yourself now, you know, and staying true to the truth within yourself, knowing that anything that is outside of that, that doesn't resonate with you, you don't just go with it because someone tries to project onto you something that you don't really need now, you know. And most of the times I ask, when people are projecting themselves onto me, I be like asking myself questions in the present moment. Why they're asking me this, especially if I'm not feeling comfortable with what it is, what's not resonating with me, you know. And I tend to ask my questions while the conversation is going on, so I can get a proper answer, so that I can respond in a way that is true unto me, you know. And all of this stems from me living innately who I am authentically, you know, my birthright, the way I live my innate states now, you know. It's like, as I say, it's like giving yourself perfection unto yourself, you know, even if others may view it as, oh, you feel that you're all that. Yes, I am all that. For somebody to think that way about me, I'm all that, you know. And I live truly, authentically, my birthright. And I don't give a flying fuck about how people see that now, you know. You know, this week have been, people been challenging me with my weight. You know, people in my neighborhood have been challenging me with my weight. And they be like, don't get smaller than that, you know. You know, and I think you need to get some protein. Well, protein meaning meat now. I think you need to have some protein to eat and all these different times. But what they don't know is that I eat a lot of beans. I eat a lot of high protein, plant-based foods, beans, chataine, you know, things that are plant-based, but nuts, seeds, grains. I eat a lot of high protein food, you know. One thing with my high protein foods, it does not give me weight because they're full of fiber, so it don't stay in my body like meat does. And as I say, I don't have anything against anybody eating meat, but at the same time too, the food don't stay in my body. My body just absorbs what it needs for itself, and it gets rid of the waste that it needs to get rid of. So I have been engaged by others who think I should not get smaller when I am healthy as an ox, you know, at my age, you know, and doing things that most young people can't do for themselves, you know. So it's not that I'm in competition with anybody younger than myself, but I just see my potential because of the way I take care of my health now, you know. And I've not reached my weight goal, which is 120 pounds yet. I am 125 pounds right now. And I have no intentions of stopping until I reach that weight goal and maintain balance for myself, you know. And it is in righteous judgment of myself that I give no leeway to no one as to how they view me and what they think, how much weight I should carry now, you know. Like I said, I feel so damn good, so damn light after carrying years of weight in my life, you know, and finally losing it and being light again and free within my body. That no one can change that for me, because that is the righteous judgment I have for myself. You know, I don't take from the external and have the external create my reality. I cannot be controlled, you know, and I am resilient as fuck. So when somebody says to me, don't do, I question that, because when I look at them, they're not healthy, they're not doing anything to improve the state of well-being. So all of that is make me listen to myself, because I realize for myself that when people can't do something for themselves, they criticize what you do for yourself, how you take care of yourself. It is a internal wish fulfillment that they are also wanting for themselves, but because they don't have the discipline and determination and the righteous judgment for themselves, they will try to tear you down to be like them now. And all of this is bringing love and balance to yourself righteously, because you don't take on anything outside of yourself. You know, it's the same thing like with wars and politicians, religions, and just in general negativity. You know, like I say, these days I don't try to save nobody in negative states. I do indirect conversations for them to check themselves, especially when they're dealing with me straight. You know, I'm very straight in the way that I deliver love and balance to anyone who tries to manipulate my space now. And it's in this I truly love living my life in living love now, because it is solely about myself and how I feel about myself, and how to deliver this message to the world each and every day, to let people know that you're not selfish with yourself, but you put yourself first. And that is living righteous with yourself. You know, now that we know we manifest our reality, the only thing you can do now is go up and give yourself internal perfection for yourself. And like I say, not care about how anyone thinks about and feel about you, living truthful unto yourself. So I say to you today, beautiful souls, because I always use the example of Father, Mother, God now, you know. Ain't nobody could go around that just so. Nobody, you know. And I always say that we don't even know which one of us are carrying this embodiment living amongst us. It could be me. I could be a father, mother, God. It could be my partner. It could be anybody. It could be. That's why I always say humanity must respect each other, because you don't know who it is you're talking to behind the avatar. You know, the Most High can be residing in right in front of your face, and because you're not living righteous with yourself, you know, you could end up in some serious problems, you know. And each and every one of us have the ability to embody this Christ consciousness and live in that state. I do it every day. And some say, well, how come you have embodied this state? Discipline, truth, authenticity, virtues of the fruits of the Spirit, kindness, love, compassion, peace, and of course, living righteous, judgmental, in duality, not neutrally. Because I get upset, but I don't drop down. I see in a neutral space why I am getting upset, or if anger or some lower vibrational frequency comes to me, to pull myself up. So I'll give you an example today. After returning from my walk, I was on my way in. Now I have $20 for somebody. I didn't have the $20 on me. And I was approaching their space, and I didn't expect to see their vehicle there first to begin, and I don't have the $20 on me. And my ego, I listened to my ego. I was like listening to while seeing the person's vehicle, I listening to my ego telling me to take another route, to duck the person. Duck the person means to avoid them. No? And my consciousness is saying to me, I have no shame for not having the money on me. One, I didn't expect the person there. Two, I know sincerely to myself, once I had the money, I will give it to him, So why do I need to hide from him? Why do I feel the need to be guilty passing there or trying to take another route? And right there, I had righteous judgment for myself, and I passed right in front of him and healed him up. And that was that, So you see, what I'm saying to you today, beautiful souls, because I use that as an example to show you that there's nothing outside yourself to be feared now. When you know you are the one living righteous within yourself, you know that, like for me, I know as soon as I get $20 to give him back, because we didn't have an agreement as to when to bring the $20. Is just give it back when I have it, and this is what living in our conscious states mean now. Always choosing righteousness unto ourselves, and it's because of that, and being authentic with myself, I will tell you that that brings a manifestation to clear up the situation even faster, you know, because you choose to live righteous in yourself. So it's not like if you kill someone or anything like that, and even that and all have a righteous judgment, because if you kill somebody to defend yourself, if they try to kill you, you can't be guilty about that, because your life is important to you, especially if people try to take things from you without asking you, So all these things we need to know as Christ conscious beings now, or having this 5D consciousness in ourselves, using it intuitively to always make righteous judgments onto ourselves, and live in love and balance with ourselves and reflections of ourselves. We always will reap rewards that is sacred unto ourselves, because Christ consciousness is a sacred thing. It's not about this. Yes, it had many who came in avatars, but it's really an energy, and these people that came before us transmitted the energy, like Jesus, Buddha, Saint Germain, Albert Einstein. All these people were carrying the state of Christ consciousness and living it out in reality. Malcolm X, all these people had the embodiment of it, But because that caused a lot of friction. But now that we are aware and awake of it, and we have embodied our 5D Christ consciousness and living it in reality now, the absolute embodiment of our Father, Mother, God, balance in love unto ourselves. Every time we choose righteous judgment. And I know plenty of you out there listening to me today can feel this energy that was embodied yesterday on the 3-3 portal and is fully anchoring itself in all its totality, because we have been living this from since 2020 and mastering it fully each and every day within ourselves. And it doesn't mean that it stops because we have embodied it. It has to be like the air that we breathe, we need every day of our life. And always choose to listen to ourselves intuitively for our life. So I say to you today, beautiful souls, as I leave this message here for one or some of many to hear what our true divinity is now. It is always consciously living righteously unto itself in every way, and having that be the discipline of our life in every way. I am infinite elevation. Consciously, keeping high vibration. vibrational love frequencies alive on the planet abundantly. Because we real G's know elevation is the way to grow exponentially, abundantly. And when I mean abundantly, I mean all areas in our life. The way we love ourselves, live authentic with ourselves, positive unto ourselves, and have our imperfections perfected within ourselves, bringing us balance into our life every day of our life, filled with beautiful blessings, breakthroughs, and miracles from your heart space. The truth of who you are, a spiritual being having a human experience, fully embodied in its 5D Christ consciousness state, the absolute embodiment of our Father, Mother, God living in avatars in its conscious state. I love all of you. High vibrational. Woohoo! Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And it feels so damn good to be alive. 5D, new earth stars. I love all of you. Bye for now. Namaste.